Okay, so we are just about ready. It's the eve of the game, and we've talked about a lot of things, partner. I mean, we've tried to cover this one from every different angle, but we realized there's one thing we hadn't talked about. Sure, we've talked about what the Seahawks can do to them and who their advantage players are. Vikings, of course, you look at Harvin and Adrian Peterson. We talk about him all week long. We haven't really talked about the Viking players on defense that could impact this game against the Seahawks. And obviously it starts with a name that I think everyone knows. And if you were watching the game last Thursday, you saw him at his violent, crazy best, Jared Allen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Russell Okung is going to have his work cut out for him. Jared Allen is still one of the premier pass rushers in this league. He's got 7 sacks on the season. He's absolutely relentless. So this is going to be a great test for this line, and we'll see how he lines up. I haven't watched enough Viking games to see if they move him around, if he's always going to be going up against Okung. But wherever he is, he's got to be accounted for because that guy's a disruptor. And you talked about his violent best. How much would you like to see him and Breno Giacomini get into it at some point?
I'm kind of hoping that he will face him a little bit during the game because they play with the same attitude. Bad.
Right. Aggressive. Vicious.
You know, one of the things that might work out to the Seahawks' favor, and it's remindful a little bit of last week's game with Detroit. The thing about Detroit's defense was they had a bad back line was the talk. Their secondary wasn't strong, and Russell Wilson had probably his best game as a Seahawk. I mean, certainly his best game by 10 miles on the road. The Vikings come in, kind of with a similar situation. We were talking with one of their guys today on their broadcast and mentioned how one of their top corners broke his arm, is out for the season. So there may be, it's not really a positive for the Vikings. They do have Antoine Winfield back there, who's a great old vet. But this might be an area where they're vulnerable, and man, the Seahawks were able to take advantage of a situation like that last week.
Well, and you figure at home, the way coming off that, even though it was a loss, you got to feel like Russell Wilson feels as good as he has right after any game.
Yeah.
Because he played
the drive in the fourth quarter and everything.
Had the drive, the passing game had a rhythm to it. It had a chemistry, and it was flowing. And we saw them put up more points than they had all season long. So even though it came in a loss, you got to feel like he's feeling good, the team's feeling good. Baldwin is back. He's going to play. So you got a nice little security blanket there. It seems like there's going to be some golden opportunities in that secondary for Russell Wilson in the passing game. But keep your eye on Jared Allen.
Yeah, because they need to stop him so we can all feel good on Sunday night.